Welcome to a 2v2 on Einhoven Country. This game is Barton and CaptainSPrice, so the dream team from Poland, super Polish team, versus Just Kamka and Sib. Pretty sure they're both arranged. I know this is an arranged team. This is probably arranged. I don't know if Sib plays 2v2 randoms. Might. I don't know. But either way, looks like both arranged teams. It's going to be double Oster in the north and mixed allies in the south. Price and Barton have immediately picked their commanders. Both engagements happening simultaneously in the north and by this house. It looks like this engagement will go to Barton. This engagement looks like it will go to Price. Pretty good start for the allies. Bit of an overextension by the Oster here. And Sib, having gone sniper first, struggles a little, I think, against Barton's massed conscripts here.
MG42 team is ready for action. Awaiting orders. We have our reinforcements.
Mortar fielded in addition to that sniper. Sniper comes dangerously close to being destroyed right there in red cover, but does manage to retreat to safety after a bit of an overextension by Barton's conscripts right there. So he'll be forced off the field, and Price may get forced off the battlefield as well pretty soon, but the allies have a huge map control advantage right now. Wow, those rear echelon troops are kicking ass. Look at them go. Oh, maybe they cheated and the riflemen were shooting a little bit during that. Those grenadiers fell pretty low to what looks like just rear echelon troop fire, though. They're going to retreat and heal up. This grenadier squad working on the center VP. Teller mine right there from Sib. That should help maybe a little bit against Price's. Probably not going to get any light vehicles, actually. That Teller mine's probably not going to, let's be honest, probably aren't going to be any vehicles for some time. Barton has chosen Soviet Shock Army, so no call-in tanks for Barton. Price has gone Rifle Company, and he's almost certainly going to field a horrifying, monstrous RNG flamethrower blob with bazookas. I actually highly encourage people to try Price's blob out. It's extremely difficult to pull off. I have tried it. I can't get it to work. I don't know how he does it, but what you do is you go 4 riflemen, 1 lieutenant, bazooka research, grenades, captain, and then buy a ton of bazookas and flamethrowers, and you have to, of course, go Rifle Company as well. I don't know, does he field vet riflemen? No, he doesn't field any vet riflemen. He chooses Rifle Company, but he doesn't field any elite riflemen. He plays his manpower efficiently as he can. That's why he goes 4 rifles, 4 riflemen, no elite riflemen, lieutenant, and then captain, because both of those officers are a full squad, and they only cost 200 manpower each. So he completely plays the early manpower game, maximizing the number of squads he has on the field for the least amount of manpower possible. So, pretty interesting to see how effective that is. It's pretty amazing, actually, how effective it can be. But it struggles on maps like this where there's so much red cover everywhere. Like, look at the huge amount of red cover just all over the place. That being said, if he has the numerical advantage against the squad, it gets melted instantly. Moving up over here on the right side to catch, ooh, nice minesweeper timing right there. Teller mine will get swept up immediately. And that sucks for Sib. Or Kamka, I mean. Just planted that. Lieutenant continues to engage this flamethrower over here on the left side. Grenadiers taking the left side victory point. Very, very near escape right there. It looks like it's gonna barely escape. MG42 is set up to suppress this blob. Grenadiers get wiped though. It's way too much firepower, and that's even before they have flamethrowers. It's just too much. Price is up to 4 rifles, his lieutenant and his captain. He'll probably transition back to standard riflemen up to about 7 squads of riflemen, and then transition to rear echelon troops to maximize his ability. Maximize the amount of bazookas he can fit in his blob on limited pop cap later in the game.
We're at full strength.
It is an infantry-only strategy from Price for quite a while, and he transitions into easy A's. Oh no! My God! Wow!
Capture point.
Oh my God! That could have been GG right there. That was devastating. That was so close. Wow. That was a brutal rifle grenade.
Bazookas now available for pickup. Ground contact! Where's the
Barton
air?
continues to engage over here. He doesn't seem to be able to make any progress on the fuel point. Sib likewise can't aggressively push for the victory point through these conscripts until they expose themselves and make some kind of mistake. It's gonna be kind of difficult to punch through that. Now that Price had to retreat 4 of his rifle squads and loses permanently one of his flamethrowers, he may struggle to engage all that effectively in this general area. Currently there's very light defenses, and his minesweepers should be able to get the munitions under control. But the lieutenant and captain have to try and find some cover somewhere, and there's no cover on this map. On the right side, it is a nightmare. It's so much red cover. There's like a little few sprinkles of yellow cover and then red cover everywhere else.
Reinforcements in. Welcome to the death factory, boys.
Red cover over here, red cover all throughout the center victory point, all the way over here, all the way up this road. This field is no cover rather than red cover, so that's something. Apparently Barton is also adopting a super blob strategy, although PPSH blob is a lot less scary than flamethrower blob because it doesn't crit and it has to get to point blank range rather than medium range to be most effective. Although charging those Panzer Grenadiers right into close range against these probably was not the best idea. Bundle Grenade does minor damage before the squad is immediately forced to retreat. And Rifle Grenade is also off target, so kind of a lot of munitions for very little gain right there. A couple conscript models died, I guess.
We are losing territory.
This now belongs to the people and workers of the Soviet Union.
Flamethrowers haven't upgraded on the riflemen. Oh.
The sector is at risk.
And there they go.
More of our troops have been lost.
Squad wipe, nice play by Sib, take out those conscripts. A lot of territory flashing and changing hands right now. A couple of Price's forces dedicated to the left and center,
The enemy has driven a wedge
while his
in our
blob of
lines.
flamethrowers continues making its way up the right. How many squads is he gonna wipe with this? Getting pretty dicey. This Kamka still has a pretty decent sized army. He only has 2 infantry squads remaining though, the rest is all team weapons. Sib, Sniper's still alive with 15 kills at the 11-minute mark. Pretty okay performance. It's not that high, but as long as he's maintaining around 1.5 kills a minute, that's okay. That's not terrible. That's respectable. That's gonna not help though. He's not in flamethrower range, he should be able to get away. Machine gun also has to retreat from the smoke. Rifle grenade! Oh my god! That is the 2nd time in a row! Wow! 2 flamethrowers. 2 rifle grenades, 2 flamethrowers. That is such a lucky break.
We are losing a sector.
Price has to be a little more on point about his grenade dodging if he doesn't want that to keep happening. Captain's gonna go right to get some territory. Lieutenant and rear echelons as well, but MG42 set up to counter. And we'll push him away. This point hasn't even been recaptured yet. Clearly the Axis have prioritized winning engagements over backcapping for right now. They don't have anything that they can spare to send back to that strategic point. Panzer Grenadiers taking back control of the fuel point. The Allies have had a huge fuel advantage this game, but just Kamka having chosen close air support won't need fuel that badly. Probably just going to stick with Tier 2 while Sib makes his way towards Tigers, who has access to Spearhead, Jaeger Armor, and Lightning War, so I'm guessing Lightning War. I don't know. Doesn't really have that much munitions to spare for the nice luxury items in Lightning War, like Stuka close air support. Similarly, doesn't have much for fragmentation bombs or recon, so probably just gonna see the Tiger plus maybe a couple other doctrinal items selected, but that's what I'm expecting. Anyway, a couple squads making their way towards the south, try and get some map control back from the Allies. These two conscript squads will continue to prevent any serious push for the victory point, or any non-serious push for the victory point. A serious push should be able to push them away. It was going to take some combined arms to get those conscripts out of there. A nicely executed flank by multiple squads. Rifle grenade is off target. Anti-infantry strafe pins the entire blob down, though. Anti-infantry strafe is definitely a very important tool to have against CaptainSPrice. That is definitely something you want against CaptainSPrice. He probably struggles against close air support because of his particular style. Any form of AoE suppression that is not weak to smoke grenades is good. Oh my god! That is the third grenade that is detonated. Flamethrower. Oh no, poor CaptainSPrice. 3 flamethrowers to 3 grenades this game. It's ridiculous. That is crazy. S minefield in the road, 2 Teller mines, huge minefield over there. Price is gonna have to get that swept up with his minesweeper if he can find an opportunity. Oh no! Just retreated through an S minefield.
We just lost a unit.
This captain is wiped. So many squad wipes for Price, it's really setting him back. I haven't seen that many squad wipes for Barton, which would explain why his army is so much bigger. Massive infantry only strategy, which again is very difficult to pull off, operating on nothing but infantry. Barton has lost 2 full conscript squads and 1 full combat engineer squad. Not that big of a deal. Price, on the other hand, has lost his captain and 2 full rifle squads. Slightly more of a big deal, but not that much worse either, honestly. Oh, there's another squad wipe. Huge mortar hit right there, and that was nice. Man, the Axis are getting a lot of lucky RNG this game, honestly. They're not playing badly by any means, I'm just saying. They're playing well, and they're getting a lot of really good RNG.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points. Potato matcher, move!
Clearly, Price has had enough of his flamethrowers popping on grenades. He's going to be a little more careful about dodging. Seems to be pretty warmed up, pretty good at dodging grenades now, getting into more of a rhythm. He's not going to be able to approach through that S minefield. Grenadier squad will retreat right there. Two of 5 Grenadier squads wiped, 1 HMG 42 wiped. That's not that bad. And Sib has lost
forces are securing our territory.
1 squad of Grenadiers. So everybody is doing pretty much the same for unit preservation except for Sib, who is definitely in the lead. And that is reflected in his glorious, huge army of 5 team weapons, 3 supporting infantry squads, a sniper, and some pyos with a half-track for reinforcements. Pretty impressive. Oh my god, whoa! How many kills in that incendiary round? I guess just 2, but the AoE stun was pretty cool. It looked like it wasn't as many as it looked like it was. Okay, never mind. I thought that sniper just got like 12 kills or something. It was just 2. It wasn't that big of a deal. Ooh, another pretty good mortar right there. My machine gun is gonna get wiped.
We have lost an MG team.
Another incendiary round does 2 kills. Not anything that serious. Panzer Grenadiers have to retreat from the south from these 2 of Price's squads, and he will easily dodge that bundle grenade. Panzer Grenadiers should be able to get away. Sib has a couple hiding behind this thing. And the victory point will finally fall back into Axis hands, but with this many close-range squads in his retreat path, he's very exposed. He might retreat this route, though, which he might survive his retreat. Nope. He's gonna retreat through this whole blob. I don't know. It's gonna be scary. I think. Or not, or he'll get away easily. I was kind of expecting that to get melted. I guess I overestimated the damage potential of that blob. Riflemen have to retreat from some grenadiers here in the south. Lieutenant taking control of the area as well. Conscripts moving to grab this strategic point. And despite some pretty good pickups by the Axis, they can't seem to get fuel or victory point control. They only ever seem to really have a firm hold on the center VP, and they trade for the flank VPs and fuel points. Allies have had this fuel for pretty much the whole game, and this one has changed hands many times, so I'd say the Allies have a huge fuel advantage. But I feel like the Allies might even overcommit to taking control of the fuel because they don't spend their fuel, so they don't really gain anything. They don't really gain anything by taking the fuel points, so they need to focus on trying to set up a triple cap if possible, but clearly this position is going to prove difficult to assault. Ooh, there's another wipe. S-mines are clearly paying off this game. At least 2 squads wiped by S-mines that I've seen. Not to mention the power of preventing whole avenues of approach from being utilized. Just can't go that way without a minesweeper nearby. Pretty nice utility as well. Kind of like a much more dangerous form of barbed wire. Grenade toss on that. MG42 forces a retreat. A lot being invested into teller mines. Like maybe too much too early. 2 teller mines right there, 2 more over here on the right side against a strategy involving 0 vehicles at all. Smoke being deployed to try and cover these riflemen's advance. He does not have on me yet. His captain got wiped earlier, so he had to repurchase his captain to be able to use on me. Finally, Price will incorporate Easy 8s into his build. And Barton has no tech and no call-in tanks of any kind, so continues to operate only on infantry. He's split into 2 blobs, these 3 making their way towards the center. This one trying to set up a flank in the north. Stupid dive bomb getting dropped somewhere. Didn't really hit anything. The mortar did, though. The mortar that immediately landed afterward almost wipes that conscript squad, and Barton won't be forced to make a full retreat from this area. His flanking force coming in from the left doesn't look like it's going to succeed. But I could be wrong. MG42 gets lasered down pretty hard. Anti-infantry strafe. He missed. And the Easy 8 is here to assist. MG wiped. Grenadiers wiped. 2 squads wiped. I was totally wrong. This was a huge push. I was like, yeah, this is going to get shut down. But it does not get shut down, and he kills everything. I feel like he should try and steal these while he has the chance. Maybe not the MG, but definitely the mortar. The Oster mortar is so good to have and on this map especially. Another squad wipe for Barton. Jeez. What a push. That was devastating. He's going to wipe that too if it doesn't retreat like right now. He just stole that flamethrower. Anti-tank strafe comes in on the Easy 8 and misses. Bunker's about to be destroyed. Oh jeez. That was devastating damage by Barton right there. Easy 8 has to pull away from that anti-tank gun while it's 3 anti-tank guns available, so needs to get out of there fast. No! Price! Hits the mine, and his Easy 8 is destroyed. Guess that's what he gets for overextending and then trying to escape on a road. But despite the loss of that Easy 8, it was a very good push. And did they steal the weapons? I missed it. Yes. Mortar got stolen, and MG42 got stolen. So, very nice push by the Allies right there. Will significantly weaken the Axis position. I'm wondering how much more Price will invest into Easy 8s. He'll probably get another one. A Tiger's going to be pretty difficult to deal with. I don't think I've seen him buy a single bazooka yet. He will at some point. Barton, on the other hand, has teched not at all and purchased nothing but conscripts. 7 conscript squads currently alive, plus shocks. The only other manpower purchases he's made are the headquarters upgrades, so... There's the Tiger, driving straight down the middle. No fear of mines. Most Soviet mines will probably be in Barton's area, if there even are any. He hasn't even replaced his dead combat engineering squad. Price certainly won't plant any. He hasn't made an M20, so he can't. That's right, the company has no other form of mine at all. Tiger will pull back to defend in the center. There's a giant blob of conscripts moving to try and push. These have been pinned down / suppressed, but this flanking force... Oh, that double-stacked MG, facing south, has no flank protection. They should have placed one of these in a more defensive location, and both of those will get cleared and potentially stolen again. Or at least one of them might get stolen. Conscript squad has to retreat. No steal, just retreats, just to be safe. Would have been. He's actually got 2 more squads available to maybe steal, but with a Tiger right there, it could prove difficult. How's Sib's sniper doing? 37 kills. Again, not amazing performance, but not bad at all. Right about where it should be for speed. To
the enemy is taking our territory.
Be a worthwhile investment.
Yeah, go ahead.
Not sure where that dive bomb landed. I heard one, but I don't know where it was.
Tank support is here. Sherman ready. This lousy patch of dirt is ours.
Second Easy 8 on the field. Barton lost 2 full squads of conscripts during the last engagement. Hurting for manpower a little bit. Still no tech. Oh, here it is. It's in his base. I was like, yeah, I don't know how I lost those conscripts. Oh, that's how.
We have more conscripts at our disposal. The enemy has 300 points remaining.
We are ready to go, comrades.
Enemy forces are attempting to capture our territory.
We have our PPSHs. Time to shoot some Germans.
Our territory is falling into enemy hands.
Panzer Grenadiers retreat away from the Easy 8 on the right side. This mortar just setting up in green cover to maybe fire automatically if it gets opportunities. Barton blobs his conscripts over here to the left to get that point under control, and that's anti-infantry strafe isn't going to do anything, I don't think. There's nothing here to continue engaging. It was too late. Even if there were anything, if that squad had not retreated, it still wouldn't have been enough. Sniper almost died apparently at some point. Had to pull back for repairs. And the Tiger is going to pull back to safety away from the Easy 8, which is probably not really necessary. I don't think Price has purchased that many bazookas. If he has, I don't know. I can try and count. Okay, never mind. Yeah, he has. He has quite a few. Got 1, 2, 3.
Rear echelon troops on the front line.
Oh, it's so hard to count. 4, 5, 6, I think. 7. 7 bazookas in this blob. So yeah, he's got a pretty decent amount actually.
Keep the pressure on! We're all here! We lost a gun crew!
An attempt to recover the mortar doesn't go as planned.
Pay attention this way.
Recon pass coming over the south. Not really anything to engage them, so they should be fine if they take an anti-infantry strafe. Just looking for targets, I guess.
Swarming one of our emplacements.
Engagement here on the left side. Looks like it's going to go to the Axis. Not nearly enough conscripts. These are looking for an opportunity somewhere in the back, but they're about to walk in front of an MG bunker. Fortunately, nothing can see them. They're about to get spotted by this Panzer Grenadiers squad. And the whole blob is suppressed by that bunker. And everything has to retreat. Completely off the battlefield because of one machine gun bunker. Which makes that an extremely good purchase by Sib. This huge retreat is going to cost the Allies a lot. Whoa, that bundle grenade wipes that conscript squad. Nice pickup. Too bad he can't recon Stuka dive bomb now. Could probably do a lot of damage. He already used his recon pass though. Gonna take a little while to repair those. 2 Easy 8s over here on the right side. So he's gonna start spending quite a bit on tanks. And he's playing quite defensively now as well. Just trying to engage here by the fuel point, but that's good for the Axis because they have such good map control and 2 victory points. They don't have the burden of being aggressive is not upon them. They can just sit, keep trying to make their way to tier 4, keep making Tigers, and they should be fine. CaptainSPrice playing defensively will be able to pick up anything that overextends to the right side though. Meanwhile, Barton will continue engaging for the center. Stuka dive bomb just landed right there and killed a conscript squad, I think. The rest of Barton's infantry moving up the right side. The Tiger does have a destroyed engine, but I don't think that Price can kill it with his Easy-8s without all these AT guns being cleared from the area. They don't really have a way to do that. Oh, I forgot about his bazooka blob though. Bazooka blob will probably kill that Tiger. It has a destroyed engine. It cannot get to safety. There's plenty of smoke to cover them while they continue to engage. That Tiger is done. There it goes. Anti-infantry strafe is too late to save it. On me from the captain to allow Price to continue engaging. Don't think Price can destroy that bunker frontally. Oh, maybe he can if he does that. Okay. Fires 2 smoke grenades. Lieutenant will retreat when it falls a little low. There's a lot of infantry here to chew through. The second Tiger has arrived with which to do it. There goes one squad. Drops their bazooka. I think that was the lieutenant. Or just a rifle squad. Just one of the rifle squads. Rifle grenade in the retreat path doesn't really do anything. Some forces moving up. Lots of machine gun bunkers being constructed by both Oster players, which makes perfect sense. They can't be flamethrowered to death very quickly. They will go down to bazooka fire eventually, but it takes a while. And they're super cheap and don't take pop cap. So they're pretty cost effective. Cost-effective counter to what they're facing, and obviously it's all about supporting the bunker and not just leaving it there and hoping that it can defend the territory by itself. I feel like that's kind of a lot of resources to blow up a fighting position, but okay. Fighting position destroyed. Grenadiers working on the strategic point. Allies have very little territory remaining, and Barton is about to walk into another machine gun bunker.
Is attacking one of our forward buildings.
And all of his forces get suppressed again.
We have new resources available.
Grenadiers under fire! Cover! Keep the pressure up!
Enemy forces are securing our territory. We have a forward structure under attack.
Barton up to a 770
Bombers
fuel,
available at your directive.
and it doesn't look like they're going to be able to make this strategy work without vehicles. The only reason they've made it this far seems to be because they keep working the flanks, and the Osterre have to kind of overextend a little bit to take the right flank. The left flank they keep trading for back and forth. This bunker doesn't quite fully protect the capture circle. Probably could have angled that
The enemy is attacking
a little
one of
further
our
north.
buildings. The fresh mortar crew has arrived.
Something to think about.
The squad of pioneers has arrived. The enemy has
Easy 8s try and move in to do some bunker busting. Anti-tank strafe on that one, plus pack fire will destroy it.
Stuka strafe
Not a very good trade, just goes to show. Just tanky enough to keep those Easy 8s attention long enough for an Easy 8 to go down. Trading a bunker for an Easy 8 is a great trade, and I could make that trade all day.
We have new resources available.
Grenadiers moving up to provide vision. AT guns firing from the back. Very nice. Easy 8s are forced away. Without infantry support, which is currently in Price's base. Grenadiers take a little damage there on the strategic point.
We have a
Tiger
forward
blows up the
structure under
remains
attack.
of that mortar. Price is fully healed, making his way back out of the base, trying to get this cutoff back. The MG42 over here will continue to protect for now. And Barton's two squads are kind of stranded
Enemy is
here
attempting to steal our
by the victory
sector.
point, which is about to get retaken by these Grenadiers.
What do you want, comrade?
And Barton has literally no counter to bunkers. Bunkers are invulnerable to Barton's strategy, which is amusing. Except for this, I guess. Building an ML20 in the base.
Grenade! We are bleeding, comrade!
He will delay capture of this point, but he won't be able to stop it. Most of his forces still awaiting healing and reinforcement in the base, since he just dedicated a lot of his manpower to that howitzer. And I think that Barton needs Price's tanks on the left side to get rid of that bunker. Without Price's tanks, the Allies have basically nothing that can kill bunkers at all. No indirect fire, no AT guns, no vehicles, except for two Easy 8s. Which is clearly making this very difficult. Anti-infantry strafe is a little off target, doesn't do all that much. ML20 is bombarding this bunker, I think. It's going to take an extremely long time for one ML20 to do any serious damage to this Osterre defense, though.
The sector has been cut off.
One bunker destroyed right there. Tiger engaging Barton's blob here. Does suffer engine damage, but no serious damage. Squads just got wiped. Price not able to do all that much over here on the right side. Some form of something just got dropped somewhere. Anti-tank strafe does basically nothing. Stupid dive bomb doesn't hit anything either. Unless they just wasted munitions. ML-20 firing somewhere here in the back at the mortar, I guess. The Allies are just getting more and more contained as the game goes on. Soon they may not even be able to hold on to the territory here on the right side. Getting whittled down by so many Axis planes. Sib also drops super close air support over this area. Price will probably get his infantry out of the strike zone. And if the Allies completely refuse to build vehicles, or if Barton completely refuses to spend any of his fuel, I don't think they can win this. By building only one type of unit, it's very easy to just counter you. You can't cost effectively engage against your whole army composition's counters. Okay, the howitzer's dead. That didn't take long. It got to fire twice, which I guess is more than a howitzer usually gets to fire with Stuka close air support on the field.
How can we help?
A new grenadier squad is ready. New anti-tank gun has arrived.
Well, this is a pretty elaborate flank. Apparently all of Barton's stuff is heading right. Also, apparently Barton took one of Price's Easy 8s. I don't know if that was consensual or not. I don't know if Captain Price gave it up willingly or if Barton entered forcefully. Either way, it's dead now. Close air support kills that Easy 8. This one moves up to finish that bunker off. All of Price's infantry making his way forward. The bazooka blob will be sufficient to push away these two squads of infantry. Meanwhile, over here, Barton's blob catches an overextended Panzer Grenadier squad, but walks past it and it gets pinned by anti-infantry strafe, which will save that Panzer Grenadier squad as it retreats. And the Tiger will force a full retreat from Barton's blob again. Price hovering in this general area, taking control of the strategic point. Price should probably send at least one squad to go take this. Oh, he's waiting for.
I'm getting tired of this shit! Be back on your battle lines and don't panic. Scout troops can now be recruited. Replacements have arrived.
Lieutenant reinforcing in the base. Recon pass covering over this stuff. Close air support just got dropped on all of Price's stuff, and a Tiger is moving up to engage as well. That pass does pretty good damage to an Easy 8. Sib will kite the blob, trying to negate as much bazooka damage as possible. Gets a huge hit on the captain right there. Easy 8s are just trying to get to safety. Tiger shot misses. Barton's blob heading right. Close air support firing on these infantry, hits the trees and doesn't really do all that much. Allies take brief victory point control. Is ticking against the Axis, but probably not for long. Apparently Barton finally caved and said, fine, I'll take up, I guess.
Soldiers ready.
Down! Down! Man down!
Stuka dive bomb decaps the fuel point.
We built it as ordered.
Anti-infantry strafe on Price's blob over there. They're gonna pull back to safety. These two squads firing on some conscripts, forcing them to retreat. Only 2 of Barton's squads remain over here on the right side. 3 shock troops also working on the victory point, trying to keep that under their control. Grenadiers will be forced to retreat right there. These grenadiers probably can't win an engagement against those shocks. This engagement will go to Kamka though. Rifle grenade. Almost wipes the squad. These 2 move up to force those 2 retreats, and 2 more grenadier squads are moving up to support. Meanwhile, Price continues to fight for the left side victory point. It's kind of funny how Barton rotated right and Price is now completely focused on left. They never seem to work together anywhere. Probably because the only place where they need to work together is for the center, and probably because even working together they cannot win an engagement for the center, so
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
not really anything they can do against this at this point in the game. They just have to keep working the flank and try and play for victory points while they try and wrestle back control of this game. Relying on the Axis to make some sort of crucial mistake, overextends their armor, try and turn the economic game back in their favor. Stupid dive bomb falling on this. Sounds like it's gonna miss. Yeah, does miss. Easy 8's both still alive. Sniper's gonna die! No! That sniper! I'll never get to check its kill count. It was Vit 3, now I'll never know how many kills it had before it died. Probably a lot. I'm pretty sure Sid made good use of that. At 1.5 kills a minute, he probably made that up to like 70-ish kills, maybe, something like that. I don't know. I wish I could check. Wow, that S-mine field though. That S-mine field. Price has lost so many full squads this game.
Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
I don't think the Allies can win this. Barton is going to start spamming Stukas now, which is probably the sensible thing to do against this. If only he had done that ages ago. Could have had 5 Stukas on the map by now.
We are losing supplies to the enemy. Do not give an inch.
Two Tigers from Sib now. He could probably drive right into the base and just end it. There's really no counter to them anywhere on the map.
All done over here.
Easy 8s are repairing right there. 2 Tigers can beat 2 Easy 8s, no problem. The bazooka blob is pretty weak now.
Enemies are swarming one of our emplacements.
Price made an AT gun actually. Emergency measure. That will prevent the game from ending, but it certainly isn't going to
Anti-tank
be able to
gun.
turn the game very easily. Katusha forcing some retreats, doing minor damage to some infantry. Only 4 kills between them right now. Nothing too serious. Bazooka blob and Easy 8s will engage those Tigers. Sib has to pull them back to safety. Should be able to get those repaired easily enough. Anti-infantry strafe stops the blob from advancing. Barton will continue moving right. The Allies continue to be boxed completely into their base, and the left side victory point's about to fall back into Axis hands and set up a triple cap. Once that triple cap is set up, I don't know if the Allies will be able to turn it back around. It's going to be very difficult. Barton making his way right, actually. He'll probably be able to make it to the right side of VP. There's not that much that can stop him over here except for this S-mine field. Probably just go around. Rifle grenade off target. Stupid dive bomb also definitely off target. Wherever that got dropped, it's off target. Okay, right there. Barton's walking right into the S-mines! Oh no. Not paying attention and another squad gets wiped by S-mines. I think this might be the most squads I've ever seen wiped by S-mines in a 2v2 anyway. I don't know, I could be wrong. I've seen some pretty good S-mine fields. Easy 8's falling low. Oh, that bounce! That bounce! Pack shots never bounce. That can't possibly have. That had to be a bug. There's no way that's intended behavior. Three AT guns from Price now. Needs something with long range and damage against these Tigers. Try and push them away. Try and break the Allied containment. Currently not experiencing a whole lot of success with his infantry blobs. Barton has 600 fuel worth of reserves to spend on Katyushas, but their victory points are falling pretty low now. Oh no! Oh, okay, never mind. Why would he aim it there in the middle of the trees? That seems weird. I thought those AT guns were gonna die. Katyusha firing over here on the right side. Trying to soften up these infantry. And a Stormovik strafe.
We're down to 75 goddamn points.
Smoke being deployed, super close air support, doesn't matter. Sherman is dead. 3 Katyushas on the field now. This is just asking for super close air support, by the way. That is definitely asking for it. Price down to no Easy 8s currently remaining. No fuel reserves left either. With the strategic points they currently have, you could probably make one more before the game ends, but I don't know what one Easy 8 is going to do. Triple cap continues and the Allies have only 42 points remaining.
Tank support is here. Sherman ready. Hit the dirt! Enemy fighter! Grenade! Try to outflank! Fallen to 25 points!
Price's infantry getting torn to shreds over here. This Sherman is attempting to kill Grenadiers by smoking and crushing. It's not working that well though. Katyusha bombarding the general area. Does not matter. Allies remain contained. The victory points run out. And I'd say that this game is an interesting example of how blobbing can be stopped. First of all, I don't think blobbing works very well on this map. Because of all the red cover and everything. Very few safe avenues of attack. Obviously the anti-infantry strafe forces a full retreat from a blob pretty much immediately. So that alone is clearly immensely powerful. I liked the usage of bunkers. Bunkers are very good against the blob as well, because unlike a machine gun team, it can't just be smoked and killed with flamethrowers. It takes a little bit more concentrated fire and time to actually kill one of these, and they're very pop-cap efficient against blobs, and if a blob gets caught in front of a bunker and suppressed, then that's the engagement won. So I think that's a really nice usage of bunkers. You don't have that many practical situations where like bunkers, like spamming bunkers makes like a lot of sense, because bunkers are a little weak usually. But against this, it makes perfect sense. It definitely worked quite well, and I thought that was a good adaptation to their situation. Tigers obviously were fine, and yeah, interesting game. It's basically impossible, I think, against a really skilled team. I would be very surprised to see an infantry only strategy work consistently. So, GG.